Today we're going to be making a seated or kneeling nativity scene figure. You could be making a king, a wise man holding a gift like this, or you could be making Mary like this. And both of them are basically made the same way. You can see the body is shaped the same on both of them. So let's get started. You need a large piece of clay and a small piece of clay. We're going to start with the large piece and put the small piece aside, and we need to roll this up. So we're just going to roll it up like that. And now we want to measure it because it should be about the length of our pin tool's handle. So as you can see, this is longer than the handle. So there are two things you could do. You can go like this and kind of squeeze it down to the right size and then roll it a little in case it gets misshapen, or you could tap each end a little bit. Now this is just about the right length. It's just about the same length as the handle, so that's perfect. Now if you look at the end of it, it's kind of round because it's a cylinder, and we want to make it a little bit oblong. So we're going to just press it a little bit. We don't want it to be completely flat, but we do want to compress it a little. So it's a little bit flatter and wider, and now it's sort of an oblong kind of a shape on the ends. So that's exactly what we want. Okay, so the next thing is to figure out how to get that fold so that we've got the legs folded underneath and then the torso going straight up like that. And here's how you go about that. You put 3 fingers at one end like this, and then you pick this piece up and go pull it straight up, and then pick up those 3 fingers and fold this thing all the way over, and then place 3 fingers up here and pull this so that it's straight up. And if you compare these two, you can see you've got approximately that same kind of a shape. That looks about the same. Okay, so again, let me show you how to do that folding because it's a little tricky. 3 fingers at the end, fold it straight up, remove your 3 fingers, fold it all the way over. Next, put 3 fingers on this part and pull this part straight up. Now when you do that, you might get some cracks developing, easy to smooth out. So make it nice and smooth. Make sure that it stands up by itself and it doesn't rock and fall over. So that looks about right. Next we need to put the arms on. As you can see in this one, the arms go all the way across and come down and meet together on the lap. So we're going to do that now. I'm going to set this aside. And with your small piece, we're going to cut the small piece in half. This half will be for the arms. So we're going to roll this up, and we're going to roll it until we get a nice long coil that is approximately as thick as a finger. It should be even and pencil shaped so that it's not lumpy and bumpy. It should be really smooth. And that's about as wide as my finger, so that's just about right. We're going to be attaching it right across the top here. So I'm going to use my clay toothbrush and rub a little water and scratch this so it gets nice and sticky. And I'm going to do the same thing on the arm piece and then press these together. And I'm using a little pressure to push that on. These 2 sides will come down. And then you'll see you have a little bit of a line in between where the shoulders meet up with the torso. So you should spread your clay across that gap and smooth it in so that it looks like it's all one piece and it's attached to the body. And finally, we need to figure out where the elbows would be. Generally, the elbows are around waist height. So bend your arms around that height and then bring your arms over this way towards the lap. And if they're a little too long, you can trim them, and if they're just right, you can leave them. I think these look fine the way they are. Okay, so we've got this nice kneeling seated figure, and we need a head. So I'll take my remaining piece and cut it in half. And this will be about head sized. It might be a little too big, so you can put it up and measure it and see what you think. This looks pretty good. And you're going to want to twist one end and make it a little bit longer so you've got a bit of a neck. And I've discovered a great way to attach this to the body is to push in a little sort of a hole right there in the top so that you can insert the neck in there and it becomes attached really well. And then you smooth the clay across to get that to be looking like it's all one solid piece. Same thing on the back, smooth it over so it looks like it's all one solid piece. And that is a nice secure way to join two pieces of clay, and it is less likely to break off. And finally, let's work on the head scarf. With your remaining clay, you should be able to make a ball and press it with the palm of your hand so that it is quite thin. See how thin that is? Okay, so then we're gonna do a little scratch and attach here. And we will lay this figure down right on the center and wrap this up around the forehead and then around the sides. And as you can see, we get a nice little head scarf there. And you can drape it however you like it around the back. And you can smooth it out and put on any details you like. This is a little bit of a fast video just to show you the basics, but you can smooth this out and make it look great. And then make sure you put your name and your teacher code on the bottom. That's incredibly important so that I can get this back to you. All right, have fun making your nativity figure.